saw the picture. You didn't have to close the screen.
I just upset you, you know?
We have gone through so much to get where we are now. I'm not going to give in to fear.
I was at the church when it happened. I mean, one second he was there, the next second he was gone.
I'm so sorry.
It's Helena or the nanny.
Well, I vote for Helena because she's cruel enough to snatch a child on Christmas Eve, no less.
Hey, Mike, can I get a large cup of coffee to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, I didn't expect to see you here.
You worked all through Christmas?
Well, it didn't make any sense without you and Cam anyway. How'd it go?
We had a really nice day. I told him you had to work.
Yeah, I'm really glad you found that Chuck and Charlie for him.
Yeah, so am I. How's the investigation going?
Well, we're searching, you know, from airport to bus and train stations, service cars from New York City to the Canadian border. Haven't found any leads yet.
Don't you like your new home better than that gloomy old place you lived before? With servants snooping around all the time and your horrible great-grandmother calling me to bark orders. But not anymore. You've got a brand new room, plenty of light, everything you'll ever need. Oh, don't worry, though. Mommy made sure they'll never find us. That's right. Good boy.
Try to eat something. You need to keep your strength up.
If Helena did take him, he's out of the country.
And you have people looking for him all over.
What if he's hidden in plain sight? What if he's at the hospital or somewhere else in Port Charles?
I don't think Helena took him. Colleen did. She's gonna run out of money soon. You know she's not gonna hurt him.
Oh, I should have listened to you. I should have listened to you. If I would have fired Colleen months ago, Spencer might still be here. Might be spending Christmas with his family. Could be walking down to the barn to see the horses. He didn't even get to open his damn present, Emily.
Where the hell is my son?
Hey, why aren't you in Tennessee?
I have news, blonde one.
Well, I know, that's why you called me.
Good point. You're absolutely right. Okay, so Grandma went on this Christmas bingo excursion with the senior citizen singles group from her church, but she left me with lots of ham and turkey sandwiches and my favorite bag of barbecued chips. And I built a little router on her phone that picked up a decent
Why did you
Wi-Fi
call
signal.
me?
I worked all day and night through the Yuletide with downloaded carols and Christmas cheer.
Did you find something?
Look, things fall together. You know, the center can hold, anarchy is loosed upon the world, but then comes the check.
Okay, let's get to the point.
I found the killer.
You know who killed Rick Weber?
Lower the volume, blonde one. The killer is in our midst.
Alan Quartermain?
Their hatred was legendary, you know, like back in the day before the web and cell phones and when, like, download was something that bulldozers did big. So fast forward to 2002, Rick Weber comes back into town, like, taunting Dr. Quartermain, like, hitting on his wife, you know. So Dr. Allen just loses it, bashes Rick Weber's head in, totally does the unrighteous thing, lets your mom take the blame.
Hey. I'm
Hey.
so sorry. I've been meaning to call you, but I'm glad you called me first.
No, it's fine. We've both been swamped.
What's up?
Well, I know it's late and everything, but I just...
I wanted to give you this.
Oh no, I didn't even realize that
Oh,
we
no,
were
no,
doing
you
that.
didn't get me anything. It's fine. I ordered this a long time ago and figured I should give it to you. I probably should have.
Do you want
Yeah,
like-
no, open it, please. Go, do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably should have exchanged it for a business subscription or something, but
Oh my God. Oh my gosh, Georgie. Stanley Kubrick Lifetime Collection. Look at this. 8 films, and there's a documentary about his life. Thank you so much. Oh, I love this.
you like
I love this. Yes, I do.
I was really afraid that you weren't gonna like it because you
You know,
changed your major.
Let's do a film night tonight. Let's do a Kubrick marathon.
Now?
Yeah. Why not? Let's do it. Really. Well, I mean,
all 8 films.
yeah, and then the documentary, it'll tie it in together. I think if we get started now, we can do it in like 24 hours. We can have Christmas leftovers. We can use all the popcorn that we had from left. Hold on, 1 second. Monica? Hey, I'm kind of in the middle of something. Can you? Lulu, what about her? Well, can you talk to her? All right. Okay, I'm on my way. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Here. It's okay. I couldn't watch the films anyway. I have to do a research project for Professor Marquez.
Wait. You're working for him now?
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's just some research.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do this. Again, some night. Really, like let's.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay.
Have you recently spoken with Emily or Nicholas? Because they're not returning my calls, and I don't know whether I should just go to Windermere or not.
I don't know what to tell you, Nicholas. He's all over the map.
Do you think it's Helena?
Well, if it is, it's almost impossible to find Spencer.
Come on, the woman's not invincible. Your family is living proof of that.
I swear she's not involved.
And you believe her?
Personally, no. But I have to look at the situation as a cop. I have to stay objective.
Who does Emily think it is?
The nanny, Colleen McHenry.
Well, maybe the nanny and Helena are working together.
Well, she says they were at first, but then Helena says that Colleen flipped out, locked her up in a room at Windermere, and left her to die.
Oh, that's nice.
Nicholas, he's hoping that Helena will lead him to Spencer.
I'm just glad Emily is with him, because if they hadn't gotten back together, I don't know how he would get through this alone.
Yeah, to have a child and then be gone, just like that.
I'm applying for a job at General Hospital.
Why?
Why? Because I'm getting on with my life, Jason.
Okay, well, I know you want to work, but, there's no hurry.
No, there isn't, but you're paying all the bills, and I'm not going to stay here and let you pay my way always and forever. So I'm going to pay my own bills. I'm going to pay you back some,
No, just
starting now.
Stop, okay? But why General Hospital?
Well, because there's an opening for a file clerk, and I figured, hello, I can be a file clerk and do good at it, for starters, and I don't have to accept a job from Alexis.
But didn't you run into some trouble last time you
With
applied at
Miss
General
Sneed,
Hospital?
yes, and I'm gonna apologize and hopefully get a job, because beggars can't be choosers, right? Especially if you don't have a high school diploma.
But you took the GED.
Yeah, but I never got my results back.
Okay, look, I'll support you. Whatever you want to do. But if you really want to work, why not do something you like salvage work, and it pays a lot better.
You're right. It pays a lot better. But I can't die for salvage if I want to get pregnant.
Let me know if there's any change. Thank you. Elena's still at the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Port Charles.
She has to know you're watching her.
It's probably a diversion why her people hide Spencer.
Nicholas, you need to eat something. Here.
Helena took Lucky. Never found him. She let him go.
You can't be sure it's Helena.
Look, I know that you think it's Colleen. And part of me hopes that you're right, because if Helena did take Spencer, she will never let him go. She'll fill him with lies. He'll grow up alone.
I don't think Helena has any idea where Spencer is.
Okay. If Helena brought Colleen into this home, then Colleen is acting on her orders.
Colleen was the perfect way for Helena to have a direct connection to the cast iron heir, except Helena lost control.
My grandmother losing control over a nanny, that doesn't make any sense.
Maybe Colleen was smarter than Helena expected.
For all we know, Helena has them both.
That's possible. Or maybe we're both overthinking this. I mean, it could be much simpler. Colleen fell in love with you. That's pretty obvious. And when she couldn't have you...
So she took my son? Are you saying that I'm so blind, so arrogant, and so unwilling to listen to you or Helena or anyone else for that matter, that I entrusted my son to a woman who turned around and stole him from me?
I'm sorry it has to be like this. Nicholas had a chance to be happy with us, didn't he? But he chose Emily. Well, let him have her. Maybe they'll have children of their own. But what do we care about that? We know that Emily's shallow and selfish. She would have never loved you as much as her own children. Yeah. So, things worked out just fine, didn't they? Nicholas got what he wanted. And I have you.
Dr. Ralston, please report to the Helena. Dr. Ralston, please report to the Helena.
You see my concern?
The police files are full of complaints between Dr. Allen and dead Dr. Rick. They fought like gladiators over Monica. Shoving matches, explosions, paternal disputes. Then Dr. Allen did the unthinkable. He rigged this nursery to collapse on his cheating wife and her lover, Rick Weber, while baby AJ was being christened.
What nursery?
You live there now, blonde one. It's no wonder the quartermaids have the Dominator for a maid. Dude, they're dangerous. In Dr. Allen's case, lethal.
Well, I thought Spencer was supposed to be in Tennessee with his grandmother.
Well, obviously, he's not. And he is a really lousy influence on her. Look, Luke is not around. She's still grieving for Laura. She shouldn't be running around with some computer geek that's in a permanently altered state of consciousness.
Well, yeah, he's weird, but I don't think that
Talk to her. Come on, get her to focus on something positive. She will listen to you. Go, talk to her. Now.
All right, okay.
Dr. Winters, 2501. Dr. Lady Winters, 2501.
Lulu. Hey, hi. Sorry to break this up. I gotta, talk to you.
Hold up. I know you are not ready to be a father, and I totally understand, and that's why I'm going to stay on birth control until you are ready.
You know I love you.
Yes.
I just don't want you to set yourself up for disappointment.
Jason, first of all, I'm going after this job for me. I need it, I want it, and it's for me, and I'd be doing it regardless. If and when you decide that you're ready, I'll be ready too. I hope you had a great Christmas. Mine was nice, thank you.
I had to work.
Because of little Spencer Cassadine? It's gotta be the worst thing I've ever heard. Mac hasn't been home since it happened. I don't even like to think about it. I hope Cameron liked his Christmas present. He did. Thank you for asking. Christmas is such a great time for kids. I'm gonna go.
It was great seeing you.
You too. I'm sorry. I didn't know she was gonna be here.
You have as much right to come to Kelly's as anyone else.
It sounds silly, but the stairs still bother me.
Well, that I allowed myself to get that angry bothers me more.
Lucky, you didn't push me. I slipped.
But I was wrong, Bill.
Hey, at least I don't have to go through this miscarriage alone.
You need to grieve. We both do.
Ah, Maxie, you're late, as usual.
We're volunteers, which means we're helping out for free. So they should be grateful instead of giving us grief for being late.
Volunteering is basically the only thing in your life right now that's keeping Mac from losing his mind. You can't afford to get kicked out of this program.
You're such a geek. They're not gonna fire me. I repeat, this is a free labor program, which means the hospital saves money, which is all anybody really cares about anyway.
Saw Lucky, didn't you?
What if I did?
You know how I can tell?
Oh God, here we go. I see Lucky for 10 seconds and then I morph into some huge bitch. I hate to tell you this, Georgie, but most people think I act like this all the time.
Maxie, those people aren't your sister. Excuse me.
Okay, well, I'm not perfect like you. I never was.
Do you know how you sound right now? You sound guilty.
For being late?
No, Maxie. I don't know, for breaking up a marriage. Lucky's marriage, to be exact. And let me guess, you think you're justified for doing it.
I was. Elizabeth doesn't even love Lucky.
What is this, Maxie? I mean, you come here, you throw attitude, you get these snarky comments.
I'm just being me.
Do you remember when we were kids? You'd get in trouble for something and you would never want to apologize. You would just pretend that you didn't care. It's like you're doing the same thing now. You know that you're wrong, but you've decided in advance that you're not going to say you're sorry.
Even if you're right, which you're not, what good would saying sorry actually do? Mom's sorry. She's not here. And I'm sure if someone could find them, Dear Dad Frisco would be sorry too. The only people I ever really feel bad about hurting are you and Mac. You because no matter what, you always try and see the best in me. And Mac because even though I can get into huge trouble and he has to take away my car, you can tell he actually really cares. And when he says he's sorry, he means it.
Okay, fine. So, whatever it is that you're actually doing, is it going to hurt Mac?
Would you relax? I'm not doing anything. Except for standing up here with you for the last 5 minutes, making myself look even later. So I'll take the cart and you go down to floor 5.
No, Epiphany's on 5.
That's my point exactly.
Right, but you're the one who's late and you're the one that gets to explain.
All those nice things I just said about you, I take them back.
No, but just keep looking for me, okay? I need anything you can find. Anything at all. Listen, Stan, I'm gonna call you right back, okay?
Get too close to the water, okay?
I guess Cam likes his gift.
Oh, I wish you could have seen his face on Christmas morning. He didn't want to open anything else.
That's great.
He's been a real trooper. He thinks Santa brought him Chug and Charlie because he's been a good boy this year.
Good for him. Hey, Cam. That's a pretty cool toy you got there. You like it? Can you give me a high five? Yeah. Nice.
Excuse me, Miss Lee. Hi. How are you? I'm answering the ad for file clerk.
Ms. McCall.
Samantha McCall.
Yes, I recognize you from your mugshot in the newspaper. Not to mention our last encounter.
Yeah, about that. Look, I'm really sorry. I was completely out of line.
Well, we have your application on file, and should an appropriate position present itself,
Well,
I'm
you know
sure-
what? I have a better one now. You might want to take a look.
Is your escape from police custody listed here? The manhunt? What about that young man you shot and killed? Is that on here?
It was self-defense. All the charges have been dropped.
Well, that doesn't mean I have to hire you.
But an interview would be a good idea unless you want to face a discrimination suit.
Are you threatening me?
It depends on whether or not you're willing to give me an interview.
Follow me.
You're late.
Oh, you must not have heard, but I had a miscarriage.
If you need time off, then ask for it.
Thank you, but I'd rather keep myself busy.
Then you can start by taking down those Christmas decorations.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Georgie Jones. She's a volunteer here, and I
And
need to
what
talk
do
to
you
her.
want with my sister?
Hey, why is Spinelli a problem all of a sudden?
He's not a problem. Well, he is, but he's somebody else's problem. Look, you're getting too obsessed with the mystery, and the fact is, even if you do prove your mother's innocent, it's not gonna magically fix your life.
Who said that my life needs magical fixing?
It's pretty harsh, failing like that. Both of you at the same time.
Oh, look, we were followed.
I didn't finish telling you about my crucial research about Rick Weber.
Yeah, this whole project of yours is getting Lulu way too mired in the past, and it's not healthy for her.
Who wants me to stay away from Spinelli?
Nobody.
I heard that you Quartermains stick together, especially when things get a little tough.
And suspicion abounds.
And you seem to know something.
Oh my
that you're
God,
not-
don't listen to him. He thinks in non sequiturs.
Oh, okay, you want to get to the point? Well, he has evidence that proves that your uncle, Alan, killed Rick Weber.
I had to get out of the house. Alfred was by the phone, though.
Do you have any leads?
Well, we're looking through security tapes from the airport. A lot of people traveling this time of year, so it could take a while.
I got a woman with a baby.
She's about the same size, but the hair color is different.
Yeah, that could be very easy to change, though.
I can't see the baby's face. Can you?
Everyone, we have a lead. A woman with red hair and a baby about Spencer's age rented a car shortly after he was kidnapped. We think the same woman may have been spotted at a diner near the Canadian border. We got a license plate, we're tracking it now.
How long will that take?
Well, there's no way to know. The Border Patrol and State Police are standing by. We'll follow the lead and take it from there. Cruz, I want you in on this.
What am I with this? You think you have something else?
There's just something interesting about this woman at the airport.
You think Mac's going after the wrong person?
Mac isn't interested in my opinion, but renting a car and driving to Canada with a baby, whoever took Spencer wouldn't make it that easy.
Pete Marquez, PCU English Department. Georgie's doing some research for me.
Kind of research.
It's for a novel I'm writing, set in Hollywood in the 40s.
Sounds like work for a grad student, not a freshman.
Your sister's smart and a capable young woman, and the
Let
type
me
of work
guess.
that she's...
What Georgie lacks in experience, she makes up for in enthusiasm. Besides, you'd actually have to pay a grad student, where I'm sure Georgie's thrilled to work for free.
Hey, Professor, what are you doing here?
I am planning to work on the novel during winter break, so I needed an update on the research.
Oh, right. Well, I continued to work from that website you and I discussed, and I also found some primary sources at the library.
Well, good.
Okay, really fast. Did you know that in the 40s during the war, it was basically impossible for filmmakers to make a film in Europe unless it was being used for propaganda and you were a Nazi? So a lot of the great filmmakers, you know, the producers, directors, writers took exile in Hollywood. That was the peak of the Hollywood era. Now, after the war was over in the late 40s, early 50s, they started, you know, great moguls started to retire.
So the studios found themselves on the downslope, which is ironic because America was heading towards a post-war economic boom.
Exactly, exactly. Just in time for McCarthyism and the Red Scare, where the American government basically went in and tried to, you know, weed out the so-called communists in Hollywood. It was a really tough time for a lot of artists. And, you know, the artistic integrity has never really recovered from that, but the economic side really, like, boomed.
I gotta tell you, this is all great stuff. I mean, it's the kind of texture that will inform every character in my novel.
I thought so. And thank you so much for letting me work on this. This has been so much fun. They practically had to chase me out of the film library.
Well, good, I'm glad. Listen, call me and we'll go over the rest of your notes, all right?
Great.
Good.
Well, that takes being teacher's pet to a whole new level.
Okay, all right. Assault, breaking and entering. But were you kidding about the nursery collapsing?
The jackal doesn't kid.
No, that's like actual Quartermain family lore. I mean, Monica was cheating on Ellen with Rick Weber. But it wasn't just cheating. It was like a full-on, not-so-secret affair. It was so bad that everybody thought that AJ might have been Rick's kid. And Alan was so jealous that one night he rigged the nursery to fall in on them when they were together. But he changed his mind at the last minute. He went in and saved them, and the nursery fell in on him instead.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Nobody tells me anything.
And a little while later, Alan wanted to catch them in the act so he could shoot them.
Get out.
But there was a gas leak, and the whole place blew up, and he almost died.
Well, I'm completely out of the loop with everything that happens with the Quartermains. But at least this is solved.
Thanks to the jackal.
Rick came back. Alan saw his chance to get revenge, and he killed Rick, and he let my mom take the blame.
Well, yeah, but that's too easy. I mean, you look at any classic film structure, and the first act is always different. I mean, you can't...
But this isn't classic film structure. This is my mom's life.
Okay, well, tell me why you're making a classic film structure mistake. You're assuming that the first answer you have is the right one.
All right, hang on. Hang on. Whoa, there we are. Can you take it from here? You okay?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just hormonal. What are the joys of being pregnant and you cry for no reason?
Just in case there is a reason, I'd like to help.
You're so good with kids. Just watching you with Cameron. He's gonna need a dad. And this new baby will too. And I love the idea of being able to prove to everybody that I can be this incredible single mother, but I don't know, sometimes I wonder, is it really fair to deprive my children of a father?
Did you invite Lucky for Christmas?
Well, I decided that after we spoke, it was a good idea, so I waited around at Kelly's to talk to Lucky, and he walked in holding hands with Maxie, so
Sorry, that must have been tough.
it was a reality check. I mean, he and Maxie made a child together, and even though the baby's gone, they still have this bond, and who am I to tell a father not to care about his child's mother?
I mean, you wouldn't do that.
It's so complicated. I just want to make the best decision, whatever that is.
I've known you for a long time. And I'm sure you're gonna figure out the right thing to do. And when you're ready, do it.
Run it back. Stop right there. Stop right there.
What do you see that I'm missing?
Don't you think it's odd the way that the woman is covering up the baby? Run the sequence again. Right, stop right there. See, look at the way that she's adjusting the blanket to cover the baby's face. That's my son.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
What?
In your movie.
I'm not making a movie.
I want Leonardo DiCaprio to play me.
We're not making a movie.
No, we're not making a movie. But if we were, actually, this would be the part in the plot where we find out the crucial backstory of a prominent character, thus furthering the storyline and making everything groovy and cool. But usually it's a smoke screen.
I thought you were majoring in business.
It doesn't mean that I've forgotten everything I know about directing. I mean, I'm bestowing my expertise on you.
Really, I think you're actually trying to protect your uncle.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. Okay.
Look, the whole Alan, Monica, Rick thing, that happened ages ago. I mean, if Alan really wanted to kill Rick, he would have done it before we were born. He's a doctor, Lulu. He could find 100 ways of doing it. The thing is, I don't think he would need to frame Laura. And you have to find somebody who would have wanted to kill Rick in 2002, I think.
Or Edward Norton. He's kind of got that offbeat.
Oh my God, dude, I'm not making a friggin' movie. Play solitaire or something, go. Who did Rick double-cross or hurt? Who would have had motive to murder him?
That professor was definitely flirting with you.
Maxie, I'm just doing a little research for him.
Yeah, but why did he come all the way down here? Why didn't he just send you an email?
I don't know. Maybe he was down here for something else and then decided to stop by and say hi.
Well, are you getting extra class credit?
No.
Is he gonna credit you in the novel?
I don't know. We haven't talked about it. Is it a problem?
No, I'm just thinking maybe he's gonna express his gratitude in a completely different way. I mean, he's a guy and he's hot.
He's a professor.
So?
Okay, Maxie, fine. Say he was interested in me, which he's not. Maxie, he could lose his job and I would get kicked out of school.
So just don't get caught. When I went after Lucky, he was married and his job was on the line, and I don't regret that for 1 second.
How could you say that, Maxie? You just had a miscarriage.
Yeah, and that was terrible, but maybe some good came from that miscarriage. Lucky and I are now closer than ever.
Hey, you're right on time for a change.
Things are getting back to normal. How was your Christmas?
Stanford spent way too much money on me. I told him I'd rather have a sweater or a toaster oven if it meant he had a job that paid less but contributed to society.
Believe me, I understand that.
You know, Jason Morgan he's a good man in a bad business. But you seem a lot happier now that he isn't on the run from the law. Is that a coincidence?
You know what they say about coincidences?
Mm-hmm.
You're a high school dropout who hasn't even managed to complete the GED.
No, I did complete the GED. I just haven't gotten my results back yet.
You have an extensive police record of petty crimes.
Yes, that's true, but there were extenuating circumstances.
Your life is an extenuating
Miss
circumstance.
Sneed, please, just give me a chance. I can do the work. Please.
I wouldn't hire you to be a file clerk or anything else.
But I would.
Dr. Quartermain, I understand.
Miss Sneed, you're overstepping your authority again.
I'm in charge of personnel.
And as chief of staff, I'm in charge of you. You're hired.
I am.
I see. Check in with personnel.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't want you to do any favors for me.
Don't worry about it, okay? You risked your life to save Jason. I appreciate it, and I consider you part of my family now. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to General Hospital.
You got the information? Father Mateo Ruiz checks out. He's really Manny's twin brother. I've got the birth certificates, confirmation dates, school records, police records. But Mateo ended up in seminary. He really is a priest.
Most priests don't have this kind of rap sheet.
Well, Mateo and Manny, they were the terror of Miami. Until they ended up in a drug deal that went bad. Both of them went to prison. Mateo turned his life around. Manny didn't.
Is there any chance Manny somehow survived? Was pretending to be his brother?
That's her. That's Colleen.
You were right.
Where the hell is she taking my son?
I just moved to the area and I'm a single mom. I have an extensive background in childcare. Well, I'd like to find a job where I can bring my child to work. Your daycare center sounds ideal. Sure, I'd be glad to come in for an interview. Of course I'll bring my son. He's just the sweetest little boy in the world.
We have to be able to retrace Rick's footsteps from the moment he came into town. Like, who did he talk to? Who did he interact with? Who did he see? Did he have lunch with anyone? Did he hook up with Monica? Did Alan find out?
Do you think Monica and Rick had a reunion? Because if there were, like, hotel records, I could totally...
Wait. Monica was the one who called me to the hospital today.
Really? That explains a lot.
Yeah, I mean, don't you find it funny that she freaked out when he was over at the house? She wanted to get him out as soon as possible?
Dude, that kind of happens a lot. I mean, it's only Stone Cold and the Goddess that have really extended that hand of friendship.
No. You know what? I think we're just being overly suspicious of Monica.
Well, maybe, but you take any good screenplay and every scene in it was written for a reason. We need to start from the beginning and... Okay, why did Rick drug your mom?
To cover up the accidental murder of Teresa Carter in the attic.
Okay, so let's start there. Who else knew about the murder, and who else had a reason to cover it up?
You learned about all this from a movie?
A lot of movies, actually.
And who said a degree in film was useless?
Oh my God, Georgie!
She seems awfully happy for a girl who just had a miscarriage.
Oh, look, Georgie, it's Mrs. Claus.
Oh, come on, you're such a beauty.
It's hard to believe that girl was ever pregnant.
is the police autopsy on Manny, including fingerprints and dental records. The guy is dead, no question.
What about the tattoos?
Well, in Miami, the Ruiz twins were known for having identical tattoos. It was their trademark. I compared their mugshots. The tats matched up, at least as much as you can see in the picture. Based on everything I can find, this guy's definitely Manny's brother.
How long has he been a priest?
10 years, and he's done a lot of good work, especially with gangs, but...
About what?
If you look at his records, before he found God, Mateo Ruiz was worse than his brother. If he's a priest now, then maybe everything's fine, there's no problem, but if Mateo's out to avenge Manny, this guy can do some serious damage.
Samantha McComb?